Hello and welcome to Tonalist Paintings by M. Francis McCarthy. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the study we are doing today is called Dappled Glade. Pretty recent little painting. Did this in December or so of last year, 2015. Today is February 7th, 2016, so time just keeps slipping into the future, and here we are. We're all moving with it. What was I going to talk about today? Today is actually Sunday. Normally I do this on Saturday, but I don't know. I didn't make it Saturday, and but you guys can take some consolation in the fact that I feel somewhat guilty when I don't actually do one of these, and so I thought, well, we'll get it done. I generally take Sundays off now, at least from the studio. There was quite a long time when I would go in 7 days a week, and I might not maybe paint, but I would have done something. But these days I just stay out of the studio altogether. I figure it's good to have a day to recharge the aesthetic batteries, so to speak. And I haven't really seen my output drop that significantly, so it's working out okay. Lately in the studio, I've been in the morning trying to do the well, I've been succeeding so far. It's 2 days in these 25 days of tonalism, and then doing my own painting in the afternoon, where I'm basically doing a first color on a smaller series of 10 paintings now, which I'm going to really double down and try and get done in February. We'll see if we can manage it. Actually, we might be on track. I don't know. I really want to try and get a solid 10 motifs done every month with 10 studies and 10 larger pieces for an entire year, as well as throwing in little bonus things like these tonalist studies that I'm doing. And I did on Friday, I was working on a Camille Corot, which is always fun to do studies from him. I really appreciate his sense of composition, and I think that you can do a lot with painting using your, let's call it your rational mind, but a lot of painting also needs to be just experienced, and I think that was the thing I'm probably going to talk about on the blog post I have yet to write. Is about how that experience conditions you and changes you, and your work progresses. You know, it moves, it changes, and sometimes in ways that you would never have foreseen in the past. If you were to see your future work, you would go, oh my goodness, I can't believe that's what I ended up doing. But not that I've deviated that far from my original vision as a landscape painter, but one thing I have noticed is that I just recently reviewed the 500 or so of my own paintings I've done since coming out to New Zealand, and I think that's a number to be proud of, frankly. I mean, I got off to a bit of a slow start, maybe doing only 14 to 20 my first year out here, but I'm a big believer in doing a lot of work and painting all the time, because it becomes second nature. It becomes like breathing or talking or doing anything else. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be in my mind this precious thing that you've got to gird your loins to get into. To me, it should be as effortless as having a conversation, and the only way for it to be like that is to do it all the time, so that it becomes second nature. It becomes muscle memory. It becomes ingrained in you that okay, I'm painting now, let's turn it on. Let's get the paint on the surface. And for those of you that are striving as I am to do good landscape paintings, I think any of you that are having success would have discovered this on your own. It's going to be very difficult to do consistently good work if you only do a few paintings every year. I just can't see it. I mean, I don't know who it's possible for, to be honest. Maybe for some abstract painters or something. I don't know. There is such a thing as beginner's luck, and there is such a thing as artists that don't do a lot of work, that do very high quality work. You know, we're all different, and different things are going to work for each one of us, and there's a lot of different ways to slay this particular dragon, namely landscape paintings. So in my view, the best way is to do a lot of paintings and to just keep on keeping on, you know. And I find that doing the studies after the masters, it just makes my work better, because I'm getting that sort of muscle memory in there. I'm getting that sort of impetus into my work, and there's something to be said for, if you want to understand something that you think is great, you know, try and do it. You know, if it's a song, try and play it. If it's a painting, try and paint it, you know. And I'm surprised more painters don't do this, don't go after it. I can understand, you know, not wanting to do, like, I mean, a lot of these paintings that I'm doing studies of, my studies are 5x7. The original painting might be, you know, 24 by 30 inches or 30, 40 inches, or God knows how big it is. It's a lot bigger than my study. And so doing them as a study keeps it condensed, not just in size, but in the amount of time that I can spend in it. But I am still internalizing those compositional lessons, those color lessons, those ways of thinking and being that they were. You know, we're basically communing through the ages when I make a copy of their work. And this is something that artists used to do all the time. I mean, they'd go into the museum and they'd paint after the masters. And I think there's been a resurgence of that, actually, from what I understand from my limited amount of reading of art news. But I do think these younger generations coming up are showing a renewed and enhanced respect for the representational art that has come before. And to be frank, I mean, I have to refer to my work as representational, but I don't necessarily see myself as a representational artist. I just see myself as a landscape painter. I'm not necessarily setting out to do some sort of linear representational vision of nature. I'm seeking to do an internal, subjective painting, and nature is the catalyst. Nature is the thing that's moving that. Nature is the container for the emotion, you know. That's the idea, and that's what I do. Anyway, enough rambling for this Saturday, February the 7th. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to see some of my paintings, go to landscapepainter.co.nz, and there's some there, and I'm gonna update it, you guys, pretty soon, so hang in there. I will get around to that. And most likely we're gonna see you Tuesday or Wednesday with the larger version of Dappled Glade, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for listening. Please take good care and stay out of trouble.